Good day and welcome. I'm Stefan, and this is Trending Update USA, bringing you the latest and most talked about story in the world of professional tennis. Rising star Coco Gauff has once again made headlines, not just for her impressive performances on the court, but for a bold strategic move that mirrors one of the most influential changes in modern tennis history. In a development that has sparked intense conversations among analysts, fans, and insiders, Gauff has reportedly adopted a critical change inspired by Novak Djokovic, the same transformation many believe was pivotal in propelling the Serbian legend into the greatest of all-time debate. Gauff's decision to replicate this calculated shift is seen as a major statement of intent as she aims to cement her place among the game's elite and carve her own path to greatness on the WTA Tour. The tennis world is buzzing with speculation, analysis, and excitement as the young American positions herself to follow in the footsteps of one of the most dominant champions the sport has ever seen. For years, Novak Djokovic has been regarded as the epitome of precision, discipline, and evolution in tennis. His transformation, particularly in the early 2010s, is widely credited with elevating him from a talented top player into a relentless, record-breaking force who has redefined the sport's modern era. Experts are now drawing clear parallels between Djokovic's approach and Gauff's latest move, suggesting she is laying the foundation for sustained dominance. This change is not just about technique but about a complete recalibration of physical preparation, mental conditioning, and match strategy. Djokovic's meticulous commitment to optimizing every aspect of his game was a key factor in his surge past rivals and his rise to the top of the ATP rankings. If Gauff successfully integrates similar elements into her own career, analysts believe it could accelerate her journey toward becoming one of the defining players of her generation. Coco Gauff's evolution has been one of the most compelling narratives in women's tennis. Bursting onto the global stage as a teenager, she quickly captured the world's attention with her fearless playing style, athleticism, and maturity beyond her years. From that stunning win over Venus Williams at Wimbledon to capturing major titles, Gauff has shown that she thrives under pressure. But the competition at the highest level is unforgiving. The difference between being a star and becoming a legend often lies in subtle, strategic changes. Djokovic famously revamped his physical conditioning, diet, and mental resilience, which allowed him to sustain peak performance over long matches, endure grueling seasons, and outlast opponents mentally and physically. Gauff's camp has been increasingly focused on elevating her game in similar ways, signaling a clear ambition to dominate not just for a season but for an era. Reports from training insiders indicate that Gauff has implemented a new regimen that mirrors Djokovic's holistic approach. This includes advanced flexibility and breathing work, focused nutritional strategies, and an emphasis on precision shot tolerance. Djokovic's infamous shift to a more disciplined, gluten-free diet and his dedication to yoga, stretching, and breathing exercises helped him eliminate mid-match fatigue that once hindered his progress. Gauff, similarly, has reportedly adjusted her physical training to prioritize endurance, recovery, and explosive movement, elements that could give her an edge in long rallies and tight matches against the world's best. This calculated step suggests not just a desire to improve but a strategic vision aimed at long-term supremacy. Mental toughness has always been a hallmark of Djokovic's game, and this is another area where Gauff is making notable strides. The Serbian legend built an almost unshakable inner belief, often turning matches around through psychological resilience rather than just raw shot-making. Gauff, already known for her composure under pressure at a young age, is said to be working with mental performance experts to further strengthen her mindset. Tennis at the elite level often hinges on critical moments, tie breaks, break points, and long third sets, and the ability to stay centered can be the difference between winning and losing. Djokovic became legendary for thriving in those high-pressure situations. If Gauff masters that same ability, she could transform from a promising star into a serial champion. The parallels between Gauff's current phase and Djokovic's historic transformation are striking. When Djokovic embraced these changes, his career trajectory skyrocketed. He went from being seen as a talented but inconsistent challenger to Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal, to dominating both of them and setting records that seemed unimaginable at the time. His endurance, precision, and psychological fortitude made him a nightmare opponent. Now, Gauff stands at a similar crossroads. She has already proven she can beat the best. What she is doing now is building the foundation to become the best. Coaches and tennis insiders believe this strategic evolution is a clear sign that Gauff is not content with just being a star. She wants to become a legend. Her team has been meticulous in analyzing the careers of the greatest players, including Djokovic, Serena Williams, Roger Federer, and Rafael Nadal, to understand the elements that separate great talents from enduring champions. Gauff's physical talent has never been in doubt, but her willingness to adapt and evolve is what excites observers most. This is the same mindset that propelled Djokovic to unprecedented heights. The move has sparked discussions among analysts, some of whom have gone as far as to say that Gauff could become the Djokovic of women's tennis, not by copying his style of play, but by replicating his strategic evolution. Djokovic revolutionized the sport by proving that with the right combination of physical preparation, mental toughness, and technical refinement, a player can dominate for more than a decade. Gauff, still in the early stages of her career, has the advantage of implementing these principles while her game is still developing, which could lead to even more sustainable success. Gauff's rivals are taking notice. Several top WTA players have commented on her physical transformation, noting her increased movement efficiency and improved shot selection in long rallies. Coaches have observed how her serve and baseline game have become more consistent, reflecting the kind of adjustments that Djokovic made during his own rise. By focusing on long-term conditioning, Gauff is positioning herself not just to win big matches but to endure the demanding WTA calendar year after year. This shift comes at a critical time in Gauff's career. She has already captured major titles and established herself as a contender on all surfaces. The next frontier is consistency, the ability to dominate across the calendar, regardless of conditions, opponents, or fatigue. Djokovic's incredible consistency was a product of his preparation, and Gauff is clearly aiming to emulate that level of sustained excellence. Her ability to play at the highest level over extended stretches of time will be key to whether she can transform from a champion to a dynasty-defining figure. Sports scientists and fitness experts have applauded the move, pointing out that Djokovic's transformation wasn't just about one change but a combination of carefully calibrated adjustments that produced exponential results. Gauff's willingness to make similar changes at a young age suggests a long-term vision and maturity that belies her years. This is not just about winning the next tournament, it's about building a legacy. Tennis fans have also reacted with enthusiasm. Social media has lit up with discussions comparing Gauff's current phase to Djokovic's legendary breakthrough era. Many fans see this as a sign that the women's game is entering a new era, with Gauff potentially becoming a central figure in defining its future. Her charisma, work ethic, and talent make her one of the most marketable stars on the tour, and this strategic shift only adds to her aura of ambition and determination. The WTA Tour itself stands to benefit from this development. Just as Djokovic's rise reshaped the ATP landscape, Gauff's evolution could bring a new level of competition, intensity, and professionalism to the women's game. A dominant Gauff, pushing herself and others to higher levels, would create rivalries and narratives that could capture the global imagination. Tennis thrives when its stars chase greatness, and Gauff appears to be doing exactly that. Her coaches, fitness trainers, and mental performance team have been careful not to disclose every detail of the change, but they have made it clear that this is a structured, intentional, and long-term plan. It's not a short-term fix for one season, it's a roadmap for sustained excellence. This level of strategic thinking mirrors Djokovic's own approach, which was never about chasing individual trophies but about creating a system that would keep him at the top for years. What makes this moment particularly significant is that Gauff is embracing this evolution at a much younger stage in her career than Djokovic did. While Djokovic made his transformative changes in his early to mid-20s, Gauff is still a teenager. This gives her a longer runway to master and refine her new approach, potentially extending her dominance for a longer period than even Djokovic's incredible reign. Critics, of course, caution that no change guarantees success. Djokovic's evolution worked because it perfectly matched his unique physical and mental profile. For Gauff, the key will be adapting these principles to her own strengths. She is a different kind of athlete, with explosive athleticism and a versatile game. Her challenge will be to integrate the lessons from Djokovic while maintaining her own identity and style of play. If she succeeds, the sky truly is the limit. The Djokovic comparison also carries weight because of the mental aspect of the game. Djokovic's ability to embrace pressure, silence crowds, and produce his best tennis at crucial moments became his hallmark. Gauff has shown flashes of this, most notably in Grand Slam pressure situations, but fully mastering it could make her nearly unstoppable. Analysts believe that if she can replicate Djokovic's mental fortitude, she could dominate the women's tour in a way that hasn't been seen in years. Sponsors and commercial partners are also paying close attention. Just as Djokovic's rise transformed him into a global icon, a similar trajectory for Gauff could make her one of the most marketable athletes in the world. Her combination of athletic excellence, charisma, and cultural influence already makes her a powerful figure. With sustained success, her impact could transcend the sport itself. The Djokovic playbook has already proven successful, and Gauff's decision to follow it demonstrates both ambition and intelligence. She is not waiting for success to come to her, she is proactively engineering it. This is the mindset of champions, a willingness to change, to improve, to evolve even when things are going well. It's what separates good from great and great from legendary. As the new season unfolds, all eyes will be on how these changes manifest in competition. Will Gauff show the same level of physical dominance and mental sharpness that defined Djokovic's rise? Will she start to pull away from the chasing pack and establish herself as the standard-bearer for a new era of women's tennis? The answers will unfold match by match, tournament by tournament. But what is already clear is that she has taken a decisive step toward greatness. The history of tennis is defined by transformative moments. Djokovic's evolution was one of those moments. Gauff's decision to replicate that model could be another. Whether she reaches the same heights remains to be seen, but her ambition is unmistakable. She is not content to be part of the conversation, she wants to define it. And that is the kind of mindset that changes everything. So as Coco Gauff steps into this new chapter, the tennis world watches with anticipation. She's following a path that turned a talented player into an all-time legend. If she succeeds, this moment will be remembered not just as a headline, but as the beginning of a new era. YouTube description: Coco Gauff is making a strategic move inspired by Novak Djokovic's legendary transformation, signaling her ambition to dominate women's tennis for years to come. Tag: Coco Gauff, Novak Djokovic, Tennis News, WTA Tour, ATP Tour, Tennis Strategy, Sports Update, Trending News, Tennis Legend, Training Change, Fitness Evolution, Mental Toughness, Tennis Transformation, Rising Star, Grand Slam, Trending Update USA.